Hello and welcome everyone to our Meet the Entrepreneur video series. My name is Gemma and I'm the Business and Relationship Manager at Formula Botanica. And in case you don't know who we are, I thought I'd just give you a brief introduction. So we're an online organic and natural award-winning cosmetic science school, and you can find more information about us over at formulabotanica.com. And if you're interested in seeing what it's like to study with us, I would suggest taking our sample class. You can find that on our website. And you can also sign up for pre-registration for our term time enrollment periods, where you'll be kept up to date with all relevant information about how to enroll and about natural and organic formulating. So today I'm really excited to have as our guest Dewi Kauw, and she's the founder and owner of Skin Dewi. She's also a student and graduate at Formula Botanica. And Lorraine and I finally got to meet Dewi at the In Cosmetics Amsterdam event earlier this year. So we got to meet in person, and I found her energy and enthusiasm just really warming, and it made me feel excited and passionate about natural and organic formulating all over again. So I thought we need to have you on a video interview, Dewi. So without further ado, welcome to Dewi.
Hi, thank you, Gemma, for having me here. It's a real pleasure to be with you here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Dewi, and I run Skin Dewi from Jakarta, Indonesia. So all the way from Jakarta here. And yes, I had the pleasure of meeting Gemma and Lorraine in last month. Was it last month?
April.
April.
Yeah.
Is it 3 months? Oh gosh, yes, in April at In Cosmetics Amsterdam, and it was really lovely to finally meet both of you.
Well, it was absolutely lovely to meet you, and we got to meet quite a few of our students as well, which was great. So why I wanted to have Dewi on this Meet the Entrepreneur series is, first of all, she's an entrepreneur and a successful one. And secondly, I wanted her to just chat through her journey and what she does at Skin Dewi's, and how I want you to tell us how you got into natural and organic formulating, and your journey and your purpose and what you're trying to achieve with Skin Dewi.
Mm-hmm. Well, it all started, I think, with a lot of people who go into natural skincare. It started with one of your loved ones with skin issues. I know that you might have heard this story quite a bit. It's actually very similar to mine. So my second child was born with atopic dermatitis, and I was struggling to find a product that's just simply, work for her skin, because she's allergic to everything. And so finally one day I thought, well, I was actually in Germany and I saw all this collection of natural and organic skincare, and I was just, wow, I need some of these, but we don't have lots of these products in Indonesia. So I thought, where can I get some? And long story short, I found Formula Botanica, and it just changed my whole life. It turned my life completely. I took their classes and I started formulating, and then before I knew it, Skin Dewi's born. Well, actually, with what I'm trying to do with Skin Dewi is a little bit different. So what I realized through the whole journey is that when you have issues like allergies or atopic dermatitis, it's not as simple as, okay, here's a product for eczema, just use it. It's not as simple as that, because you could be literally allergic to anything. And I'm not just talking about synthetic things, but also even natural and organic things. Mm-hmm. So for example, what I quickly learned was that my daughter, Chloe, was allergic to shea butter.
Okay.
So when I first started, studying, and I was learning about, shea butter is good for sensitive skin. And so I bought some, and I make sure that it was organic. Oh, that's Chloe. And then I applied it on her, and I was surprised that she was actually having a reaction. So I thought, that's interesting. And I thought, it's supposed to be good for eczema. So I thought, okay, so you could really be allergic to anything, or even if it's natural and organic. So then from there, I realized that the key is not to just simply use organic products, but to actually understand our skin, understand our own needs, and understand enough about minimally reading ingredients so that you know if something works or doesn't work for your skin.
Okay.
So that's why when I was on this path, I thought, you know, if I could formulate products, I could sell my products, but I don't think that would be good enough. I need to share what I have learned through the whole journey. I need to share with people that you are the best person to make that product that is perfect for yourself. You know, that's what I'm trying to share. So yeah, so because of that, I thought, okay, how would I best do this? Um, so then I thought, you know, I don't want to have simply just a skincare brand, but I want to have a brand that provides solution.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I offer 3 arrays of services. So the first one is, of course, formulated products. And the second one is teaching people how to formulate your own products. So we do that through simple workshops. And it's not, it's not a full-blown formulation class like Formula Botanica, of course, but it's more of understanding, what your skin needs and how it reacts to certain ingredients. It's more of that, and a lot of handling raw materials, just so you know how your skin reacts to this, how your skin reacts to that. Do you like this? Do you like that? And then the last part is, since I live in Indonesia, it is so hard to find organic raw materials. So I thought, if I want people to understand more, to know more about organic products, they need to have access to raw ingredients, to raw materials. So that's why I started figuring out, how do I get this? How do I import all this? So that I can distribute all this good stuff in Indonesia. So
so you have an ingredient store.
Yes.
You have 3 parts to your business. You have an ingredient store in Jakarta.
Yes, I do.
You have your workshops and classes that you teach, and then you have your skincare brand, don't you?
Yes.
So let's just talk about those kind of 3 things. So what products are you currently selling through your Skin Dewi line?
Right now I have 6 main products that is selling through the website. We have 2 cleansers. I personally have sensitive skin, so I don't really like using foaming type of cleansing products, because it makes my skin feel really dry and sensitive. So then I thought, okay, I'm gonna make something that is really, it's really, what's the word I want? It's really hydrating, but cleansing enough, and it's not very harsh. So even though you use it and you wash it out, you still feel like your skin feels really nice and soft and smooth. So then I started playing around with emulsions, and I thought, this is perfect. I could clean my face with like a lotion. I call it cleansing milk. Technically, it's not really a milk. Of course, it's more like a lotion or a cream. But the idea is you can use this to clean your face without removing too much oils or making your skin feels really dry and sensitive. So I have 2 versions of that, one for dry skin and one for oily skin.
Okay.
And then the next round of products are, of course, serums. And because at that time I had a series of clients who are asking for, actually all my products were at one point requested by friends or family or just clients in general who are looking for specific products. And so I was formulating for them. And one array of clients are saying, I have hyperpigmentation, I need something brightening. And then my oily skin and acne prone skin clients are saying, hey, my skin is not as oily as before, but I have all the scars from my acne that I need to fix up. And so I was working on multiple serums at that time, one for, acne scars and the other one for hyperpigmentation. And then I realized they're 80% almost the same. I mean, I was using similar ingredients. So I thought, I'm just going to make it into one product that works for both skin type, for for acne, for acne scars, I mean, and for people with working on their hyperpigmentation and just brightening all over as their skin issues. So then I have that one product called Helichrysum Vitamin C Treatment. And oh
I'm using it.
yes, that's the one.
So that's what the product looks like. That's the Helichrysum Brightening Vitamin C Treatment, which I love. It's amazing.
Oh,
my favorite.
Yeah. So then when that's done, of course, I need to work on moisturizers. And I thought, well, here in Indonesia, it's really hot and humid. We don't really use a lot of, what's the word I want? Thick and creamy products.
Yeah, like
it's
rich.
So hot.
Yeah,
like rich. That's the word. Yeah, rich. We don't really use a lot of those. So I thought, but we still need to moisturize our skin. If not, it will still feel dry. So I started working on a couple of things. So the first one, for my oily skin and acne-prone customers, I started experimenting with turmeric, because it's also of course, it's a wonderful ingredient, and we have abundant of those in Indonesia. And besides turmeric, there is another root, rhizome, I guess. It's called temulawak. It's very, very similar to turmeric. It looks almost the same, but turmeric is more yellow, and this is more orange. Oh, hi, Chloe.
Hello, Chloe.
Hi, honey. Can you give me a second? Mommy. Yes. Mommy. Okay. Okay, sorry. She loves to be on videos.
Oh, she.
Okay, sorry about that.
Well, that's what it's like to be a working mum, right? A working.
Yes. Oh, and my eldest will be coming home soon, so so you might expect another visitor soon. Okay, so yes, so with temulawak, it's very similar to turmeric, but it's more orangey looking. And so I started playing around with the two ingredients, and I found that it's so great for people, especially with acne. It's really soothing, and it really calms down their skin a lot. And then of course, then I started experimenting that. I use witch hazel, which of course is amazing. And of course, with all acne products, there must be tea tree and other things. So anyway, so then I have that product, and I make it just, it's very, what's the word that I want? It's very, it's moisturizing for people with oily skin, but it's not greasy.
Yeah.
But it does moisturize their skin. But one thing that I really like about that product is that I use this ingredient. I can't, it's a Latin name. I probably can't pronounce it right, but it works so well to help reduce the sebum. So I have clients with oily skin, together paired up with the hazelnut cleansing milk. In say 3 months, 6 months, their skin really normalized. I mean, they're no longer oily, they're no longer blotting. So it's really magical. So that's the mulawak. And then for the dry skin portion, so of course it's slightly richer than the oily skin one. I call it Ginkgo biloba.
Oh, I think
firming cream
as well.
Oh, you have it.
I think I do. There we go.
There you go. This is my all-time favorite. I use this every day. It's yeah.
I've been using this every day. So I have a drier skin, and in the UK, it's been warm. Surprise, surprise. We've had a massive long period of heat, and it's been very humid, and it's been, really, really intense for us. We're not used to this sort of heat that you obviously have in Indonesia normally. And so this is just perfect because it's it moisturizes, but it's not too heavy. It's not, I don't feel like it's melting off my face with the heat.
that was one of the key points that I wanted to make sure with this cream, that it would be absorbed into your skin within, I don't know, I would say minutes. You know, it
Yes.
shouldn't take that long. And then once it's in the skin, it shouldn't feel greasy or sticky or
No, it doesn't.
like what you said, melting off your skin. It shouldn't feel that at all. So I had a long time. I actually, I don't know, I have hundreds of formulations just to get the perfect amount of oils and all the other ingredients just right. But anyway, so with this, I use ginkgo and the green tea, because I read a study that with ginkgo and green tea, they form this synergistic blend that is really good to to enhance elasticity of the skin,
Okay.
and to reduce transepidermal water loss. So when I saw that journal, I was like, oh, I need to get some ginkgo. Where can I get some ginkgo? It's perfect. Because I was having dry skin for, I don't even remember when was the last time I don't have dry skin. It's been that long. And I've tried multiple products, and it just doesn't seem to heal my dry skin, if that makes sense. You know, I still feel dry no matter how much products I put on my skin. And once I started experimenting with ginkgo, I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. It really helps my dry skin a lot. And then I added with, reformulation over time. I finally added the last piece of the puzzle, because I do want this to be firming as well for people with people who are starting to have aging skin. So then I added microalgae into the formula, so it's really good for wrinkles, fine lines, and it really just firms up the skin nicely.
It's a lovely product. It's I mean, all your products, from what I can see, are very well thought out. You've obviously put a lot of time and effort and energy into finding, the right ingredients, the right blends, for it to work on the type of skin that you want it to work on. So for me, you're obviously a very experienced and thoughtful formulator. So I just wanted to ask you a bit more about your kind of process of how you learn all that. So I know obviously you studied with us, so I was wondering if you could share with our viewers like what courses you took and how that helped you into become the formulator that you are right now.
So I took the skincare entrepreneur program. So I believe that, yes, I believe that covers everything.
It does, yeah. That's all of our courses, yes.
So I highly recommend for you to take all of them, because you really do need all of them. But I mean, kidding aside, yes, I do find that all of the programs in Formula Botanica has been very helpful for me in my studies, in developing my research and just understanding how to formulate. Because I think a lot of it, like you said, is a thought process.
Yeah.
And with thought process, it requires a lot of research and information, which I find is it's something that Formula Botanica excels in. So you have all these libraries, you have all this information and all these journals and all this you teach us where to go, where to look, and without giving the answer right away. And I think it plays a big part for me as a formulator, because I need to know, if I don't have this information, I don't have this answer, where do I go? How do I find this information? Or if the information is not available, how do I figure it out? How do I get the answer? So I find all that through Formula Botanica. And of course, the support system is amazing. So when I was learning, in online classes, it's not easy, because nobody's right there in front of you, teaching you and telling you. And if you're stuck, you can't just, okay, I'm stuck here, what do I do? It's not like that. But the support system in Formula Botanica, I think, has been amazing throughout my whole journey. When I'm stuck, or if I don't understand something, I know that I'm in good hands, and there are lots of helps, and there are lots of information that it's not given just like that, but I know that it's there. I just need to look I think that's the key point with being a good formulator and a good, I guess, entrepreneur in general, because most of the time we'll be facing with issues and problems that there's no answer. There's nobody telling you, here's the answer. Just do it this way. We don't get that. But we need to figure them out. Just as long as we have all the right tools, which Formula Botanica provides with, then we're all set.
Yay. Well, I'm really glad, obviously, that you had a great experience. And
I did.
Yeah, I know you took the International Organic Skincare Entrepreneur Program, so that was all of our courses, and obviously you can see it's really helped you become the formulator that you are now, the thoughtful and well researched formulator. So just along with that, I know that you are teaching workshops as well, because you want to spread the knowledge and you want people to understand more about their skin. And I know before this interview, we were talking a little bit about acne, and I said, "Oh, because you're always talking about acne. Did you suffer with acne?" And you said, "Well, actually, I haven't, but I've had a lot of clients with acne." So I thought we could just talk a little bit more about that and about your acne freedom campaign, because I know that you are working hard on that. So if you can tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, a few months ago, I think it was early this year, I don't know, maybe in February or March, I just had this crazy idea. I was thinking about, okay, so here I am, I have this brand, I'm doing this, I'm doing workshops, I have my products, and I feel that something is missing, so I feel like, what can I do to give back to the community, or just to share what I've learned. So then I thought, oh, okay, who are my audiences? Who are the people that I talk to every day? Then I'm looking at my chats, I'm looking at my emails, and most of them are consults for acne. And so I thought, oh, okay, maybe I can help all these people who are having issues with acne to achieve acne freedom. Because I really have helped quite a number of clients who were struggling with acne to achieve this freedom. And by freedom, I don't mean that they don't even have one single acne on their face. I don't mean that at all. But I mean from struggling with a whole face full of acne to understanding, okay, why am I having this? What causes all this? To being able to control it. Maybe occasionally they will still have one or two, but they know where it came from, so it's okay because they're in control. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. So then I thought, okay, I am going to start this acne freedom campaign, and I hope to be able to help 1 million people to achieve acne freedom.
Ooh. So where can people find out more about that?
Well, I'm still working on that. I haven't thought everything through. So I've been doing lots of videos, and I've been sharing some information on my blog posts, and I have lots of information also in my Instagram. I'm reaching out to local medias, local online medias, and as well as magazines, just to get the word out, so that people can join us in this campaign. So the idea, sorry, go ahead.
No, carry on. The idea.
Yes. So the idea is to compile people who wants to share the story, who's had problem with acne, and how did they fix it? How did they overcome their problems? So maybe their stories can inspire others. And also just to share what I've learned so far, because like I said, I deal with acne day in, day out. And I see common themes in people having issues with acne.
Okay.
So then I share what I've learned so far. It's mostly related to diet, unfortunately. A lot of these people have tried every single product that's available in the world, probably for acne, probably exaggerating. But I mean, they've tried multiple products, and they've tried this, they've tried that, they've tried laser, they've tried Roaccutane, they've tried peeling, and they're still struggling with acne for 10 years, 20 years. So obviously it's not the product. It's not about, if it's a problem with product, it would have been gone. They're not going to still be having the same issue. So obviously it's something deeper than that. So
Yeah.
it's probably their lifestyle, or is it something that they ate, or it must be something, or habit, or something. And usually what I find is that it's mostly related to their diet, if it's on the cheek area, and if it's on the chin area, it's mostly related to hormones.
Okay.
So I actually had also an encounter with this. I don't usually have acne, maybe one or two when I'm having my period, that's it. But not too long ago, maybe last month, I suddenly have, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 cystic acne, big ones here. And they just grew. And I even have pictures of this in my Instagram. Because the week before, it's nothing. And then suddenly, it's just everywhere. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Why am I having all this cystic acne? And it's, it's big and red and it's painful. What's going on? And I knew that it has something to do with my hormones. So I wanted to prove it. For once, I can actually prove it. So I went to the lab. I had no idea what to test for, but I just, okay, I want to test for this, anything that's related to my hormones. And then when I got back my test, I was fortunate enough to meet this doctor. Her name is Dr. Sarah. And I asked her to read my results because I had no idea what I'm looking at. So, and she explained a bunch of things to me, but basically my estrogen, even though they're still in a normal range, so there's normal low, and normal high. So I was in my normal high range. And then when she looked at my progesterone, it's still in the normal range, but it's normal low. Okay. So according to my cycle, I'm supposed to be low on my estrogen and higher on my progesterone, but it wasn't the case. It was the other way. So I was high in estrogen and low in progesterone, which is not supposed to be in that cycle of the month that I'm in, menstruation wise. Yeah. So she told me that you have too much estrogen in your body, and that's why you're having this reaction to your cystic acne. I'm like, oh my God, it's actually provable by science. I was like, oh, this is so cool. So then I asked her, so what do I do? How do I fix this? And she said, okay, have you been under a lot of stress? I said, yeah. Have you been resting well? No, I haven't actually been sleeping much lately. So, okay, so that's why. So she said, when our body is high in stress, we, of course, produce all these cortisols, and they are actually vitamin B complex and C. So this is what she's telling me. She told me. So if you don't replenish them, eventually your body won't have enough, and then you start having all these imbalances. I'm like, oh, really? I've never taken any supplements in my whole life. So you should start taking. Okay, fine. So then I go and find, and they're very specific. You need to find this. Okay, fine. So I started taking the supplements. And then the other thing was to increase my progesterone hormones. She said I should take a lot of cruciferous vegetables. Mm-hmm. Now, this is interesting because I've been crazy about salads lately. Uh-huh. And I haven't been taking any other vegetables aside from salad stuff, like, lettuce and those kind of leafy salad things. So because I've been loading up on so much salads, I thought I don't need more veggies. So I just eat salads and salads and salads. So I haven't been taking any cruciferous vegetables. So that's why my hormones is so low. My progesterone hormones is so low because I haven't been loading them up for at least half a year, 6 to 7 months. So all these things are adding, because of your lifestyle, the food that you eat, and stress, and not resting well, and, all these things. So cystic acne. But just being able to figure out what caused it and how to fix it, I fixed it in, I don't know, maybe it was a month. It just stopped.
Wow. So you're hoping you can spread the word about this and help other people stop their outbreaks as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So can you tell everybody where they can find you, first of all? So your website is?
Oh, yes. My website is skindewi.com.
Yeah, so that's Dewi, Dewi, so skindewi.com. Mm-hmm. And then your Instagram?
Skin Dewi.
At Skin Dewi. Facebook, Skin Dewi.
Yes.
And are you on Twitter?
I'm hardly on Twitter.
Okay, so Instagram, Dewi's very active on Instagram normally, I can tell, and Facebook. And she's very active on her blog as well, which is also over at
Mm-hmm.
skindewi.com, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I highly recommend you go and check out what she's doing. And obviously we always try and share her blog posts as well. When she's doing them, she says, "Hey guys, this is what I've done recently. Can you share it?" we try and do that. And then just before we finish, I wanted to say that we also have a big Facebook group, and I know that Dewi's a part of that as well, which is called the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group on Facebook. And there's about 15,000 people in there now. And, you know, you've got people like Dewi in there. So they're experienced entrepreneurs, experienced formulators. You can go and connect with people like that and, you know, find out more about their journeys, find out more about what people are doing. You can ask questions to get, you know, peer feedback. I would highly recommend, if you're interested in anything, any of the topics that Dewi has raised, or you're thinking about becoming a skincare formulator, you need to go to that Facebook group, Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for joining us, Dewi.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a fabulous interview. I knew it would be. Again, your energy and enthusiasm, it's contagious. And I love that you're part of our community, and that you're, you know, your generosity, you just want to share with people, or, you know, what you found out, you know, through your workshops, through your research. So I find you a very inspiring member of our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.